What's up, guys? How you doing? Cowboy Crunk coming to you from Houston, Texas, the Big Magnolia, here north of Houston. Some of you guys may not have seen me here yet since I've been in Kabul. So just getting back here on vacation. I'll be here till the end of May. Got some meetings to do, got some interviews and stuff like that. I got to really catch up. I've been traveling the last few days. I just got in from Istanbul. Something really, really upsetting. You guys know how much I care and take care of my and care for that Super Bowl trophy I have. Well, that is currently lost in luggage. Yeah, so my 1971 True Dimension, authentic replica Super Bowl trophy is somewhere between here and the airport, I believe. It supposedly arrived last night in Houston. So I have lost my Super Bowl trophy. My rings are here. I'm good to go. I wanted to move forward. I've got to get caught up. I've been traveling, so I really have no clue of some of the things going on. I'm catching up. I'm watching some of the videos. I'm going through my Twitter. I'm watching, but it takes so much to filter through that. That's why I really don't have many people on my Twitter account. I only use that to follow the guys that get the instant contract updates and the signings and all of those things. So that's where I'm at, guys. I just got in. I will have a draft live videos going. I'm going to start that, of course, tomorrow. Tomorrow's just as important as round two, guys. I mean, really, we have to watch round one and see what safeties, what defensive linemen come off the board. There could be some defensive linemen there that the Cowboys are interested in. There could be, if a bunch of safeties fall off, it could push us into, hey, let's take a defensive lineman because maybe at 90 that safety's still sitting there. So there is a lot of play in this and watching day one, guys. We really, really got to pay attention to this. After this draft is over, to me, the big concerns are 58, 90, and then our first fourth round pick. And then we have another one right after that. So those four picks are solid picks that we've got to. We kind of have some flexibility in moving around. Of course, it looks like we're going to go safety. I've been saying that since the draft, since we started talking about the draft. As soon as Earl Thomas was signed, actually before Earl Thomas was signed, as soon as Landon Collins signed his deal, I knew we weren't getting Earl Thomas, and it was pretty much basic that we were going safety first round unless some crazy dynamic trades were made, and none of that happened. So I was sold on safety for a long period of time now. None of the trades that we were looking at happened except for bringing in Ioka. So it looks like we're locked at safety. But guys, hold that thought, because if we get to safety and there's only, if we get to pick 58, there's only two safeties off the board, and one of those defensive linemen's there that the Cowboys are interested in, that they could think, hey, there's only two safeties off the board. We get to 90, we still could be getting the fifth or sixth safety off the board. We still could get one of these guys like Savage or Thornhill. I seriously doubt, especially Thornhill. He checks every box we want. He tackles. He's a ball hawk. He has the length. He has the jumping ability. He meets everything. I mean, I don't understand why he's not rated higher than he is. Even his on the play field, the stats are there. So, not sure what the deal is with Thornhill. To me, he's flying under the radar. He could be an early round pick, and he could first round pick, and he not early, but I'd say 25 to 32, somewhere in there. He could be a first round pick and could be gone before the Cowboys get to him. Um, and there's another scenario: if some of these safeties are off the board and the defensive linemen are off the board, we could look at something like moving up a couple spots, trying to get up and around the 47 to 50 range, just to make sure we land one of those safeties. If not, we stick where we are. We go with best player on the board. We go with the best defensive lineman, safety, or if that's the thing, if too many defensive linemen are off the board, too many safeties are off the board, they could see a hot running back there. And I know that sounds ridiculous to draft a guy at 58 that's going to come in and only play 15, 10 snaps a game. But if that guy can come in And when you take Ezekiel Elliott off the field, you still have to highly, highly, highly respect that running back. That's a different ball game than in bringing in, what we have now, Rod Smith, or bringing in a guy that's a fourth round running back. It, having a running back at 58, and I know there's not a lot of great ones in this draft. There is no Ezekiel Elliott, there is no Saquon Barkley, anything like that, and of course they wouldn't be there at 58 anyways. But a elite running back at 58, or as elite as we could get, would be a big difference than a fourth round running back. When you put that guy in, so they've got to look at those things. Will there be a safety at 90 that they might like? A couple of the guys at 90, Mike Ball. That guy's 6'2", a taller safety, a really, really thumper. He's a big hitter, not such a ball hawk, not really great in coverage. But you talking about a hitter that can hit, he can dislodge the ball. Out of Fresno State, Mike Ball will definitely be there at 90, and is somebody that, if there's a defensive lineman that the Cowboys just can't pass on, a tackle, like a three tech that the Cowboys did not expect to be sitting there, they could jump on that and still get that safety at 90. So I really expect us to go safety at 90. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a board that has all of our picks at 58 that I think the Cowboys are looking at, to include the safeties, the wide receivers, the defensive tackles, the running backs, and the corners. Now, I doubt running back and corner will get taken at 58, but you could see a corner go that has that flexibility with Chris Richard to play safety, and remove Byron Jones if that down the road doesn't work out for us as far as his contract, to relieve some cap space. So those are positions that I'm gonna stack all those 58s, the 58 selections that we're possibly looking at. I'll put all those in there. I'll put them in by position, and once that 58 pick is made, or once those players are picked in the first round or prior to 58, we'll take those guys off the board and we'll update the board pick by pick in the draft. Once we get to 58, if we pick a safety, we'll take all the safeties off the board, all the safeties at 58, all the safeties at 90, and all the safeties at 128, because I don't expect us to draft another safety at 90 and 128 if we get one at 58. So same thing, if we happen to get a defensive lineman at 58, we'll take all the defensive linemen off at 90 and 128, and I think it's 136 is our next pick, 134 I believe, something like, I can't recall right now. Like I said, I've been traveling. So we'll remove the positions off the board as they are picked. We will also remove the Cowboy selections off the board as they're picked. Like I said, if we pick a safety in the first round, we'll take all the safeties off. So what that'll allow us to do is, once we get down to those later round picks, the 4th, the 5th, and the 7th round picks, we should be able to narrow it down to, hey, we're probably looking at a corner or a linebacker or best player on the board. There is a late cornerback that I know the Cowboys are hot for. The guy, he's out of Kentucky, 6'4", 190. The guy ran a 4.31. He's a really lanky, fast guy. If they can teach that guy to cover, he's expected to be 5th, possibly 5th to 7th round pick, just depending. It only takes one team to fall in love with a guy, and they'll start watching him. As another thing, guys, I've noticed Jalen Hurd is shooting up the board, just like I thought he would. I've heard 4th, 5th round. I've been projecting him in the 2nd round. I see people now showing him in the 2nd and 3rd round. So he has moved up the board. Just, there's a lot of players to watch, and certain players, they jump off the screen to you. I watched the Alabama Clemson game last night, or actually early this morning. It was on at like 3 a.m. My sleeping schedule's all messed up. So I woke up at 3 a.m. I'm watching the Alabama Baylor game, and Jalen Hurd was just going off. I mean, every important play on the field on offense, they tried to go to him. And of course, they were showing the game to show off Kyler Murray and what's going to happen with Kyler Murray. And you know what, guys? Who gives a damn what happens with Kyler Murray? He's from Oklahoma. He's not going to the Cowboys. And if you're trolling the channel, if you're not a Cowboy fan, I want you to hit the chat box down below. Put your comment in there. Let us know you're trolling, and let us know that whatever your team is, the Philadelphia Eagles, the Redskins, whatever, let us know by trolling us and putting a comment that you don't have any content to go to. You don't have any YouTubers to go follow because your team isn't worthy of having a YouTube channel. We get a lot of that on here. We understand it. And so stick with us. Give us some comments. You want to comment about our quarterback or our running back or our lineman, or comment about our coach or whatever, that's fine. We're going to stick to our team. We're gonna go get us another one of these, and hopefully my trophy will be showing up here today. It should be in the mail or in on a delivery truck here soon. So that's about all I had, guys. And the reason is I'm really far behind on material. I've got to catch up. I got to see what's going on. The thing with Alan Hearns, those kind of type things, Taco Charlton things. If anything is done, I think that will be done after the draft. And the reason I say that is, like Alan Hearns, they got to see what they can get in the draft. There's no reason to release the guy or cut him at this point. Or try. They definitely will try to renegotiate his contract if they keep him. But if they can get somebody in the draft that's going to threaten his position, he's probably not going to be a Cowboy. And I just say that because of his salary. If they don't get someone in the draft that they think they can replace him with, they probably will definitely ask him to do a contract negotiation. Taco Charlton, guys, we've got to give these young linemen a year or two to develop. That's all I'm saying. The coaches know that. The staff know that. There's no reason to draft a guy like in this position, a tall, lanky guy that needs to get his strength, needs to get his legs under him. You have to give him a couple years to do that. It's not a safety. It's not a running back. It's similar to a quarterback. Some quarterbacks don't come in and adapt well to the NFL. It takes a little time. The windows are smaller for quarterbacks. They have a lot more reads. They have a lot of different things. The players are so much faster in the NFL. It's the same thing with these defensive linemen. They're just not strong enough at 24, 23 years old to come in and battle with a 28-year-old man. He's a man-child. He's not a man yet. So that's the reason these offensive line and defensive linemen take a little time. Taco Charlton is coming. He had it in college. He was a beast in college. It just takes a couple of, unless you're getting a guy in the top 10. You get a top 10 pick usually, or if you have this year, there's a wide range of them. It just kind of goes in and out like that. This year there's going to be some guys probably around 15, 20 that probably will start in the NFL and play well. Taco Charlton is also playing behind some guys, so he's not getting the time. He's not getting that time on the field which he needs. He'll come along. Our defensive line is a lot better quality than most of the defensive linemen out there. So you got to realize Taco Charlton is really good depth material that we have that doesn't get a lot of snaps. He will come along, and there's a possibility, we put him over on the other side, or use him at 3-tech, or use him in the middle a little bit. So we'll see, guys. Hang in there with Taco Charlton. Keep the guy. We've already let him sit 2 years and simmer. We let him cook in the pressure cooker. Taco Charlton just needs that time to man up, put the protein on, get the diet going, and we'll be straight. So I will get up to date on all the new news, guys. I'll get the next video going. I'm going to get this one posted. Cowboy Crunk is home here in Houston. Love and peace, you guys. Hit the like button. Please, I really need it this week because I haven't done any videos in a while. So hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button will help this video shoot up on the search engine, so we'll get some views. So we'll have a really, really good live show tomorrow night for the draft, guys. All right, take care. Peace, Cowboy Crunk. I'm out.